Salutations from Wizard Studios. I am the Wizard. This is the UFC 248 pre-fight show. Let's get right into it. So Israel Adesanya is taking on Yoel Romero. Now this is a freaking great good fight. Now Israel Adesanya is coming in undefeated. Yoel Romero is coming off of a few losses. But we all know how dangerous he is. There's been a lot of stink. Does he deserve this? Does he deserve this? Israel doesn't want to wait. So, we're going to see the fight. And I think it's going to be a really good fight. The question is, can Yoel Romero land that nuclear missile? That Cuban Missile Crisis? You know, that's the real question. And Israel, you know, he might be the best striker in the whole of the UFC. He could be better than Conor McGregor. We don't really know for sure. We probably never figure that one out. But Israel can be hit. We've seen it. We've seen it. Yoel Romero has God-given power that can put anyone out. The question is, can he touch Israel? Can he touch Israel? The real question is, how long is this fight going to last? This could be a real crazy fight. I think that, I don't think we're going to see the wrestling. I don't think we're going to see the wrestling from Yoel Romero at all. I think he's going to be in that, relaxed mode to where he is just set and ready to explode at any moment. I don't think we'll see any wrestling unless he's hurt. Unless Yoel is hurt, then I think we might see some wrestling out of him. Other than that, I think he is going to be on full predator mode, which means just cocked and ready to put your lights out. I'd like to see that oblique kick from him. I think that could be very beneficial. And I really think that I think this might be the best strategy for him to stay in that cocked mode. You know, the predator mode, as I like to call it. Because if he goes into the wrestling mode, it'll tire him out like it did in the first fight against Robert Whittaker. I don't want to see that. I think that Israel Adesanya, for some reason, people don't think that his wrestling defense is any good. Well, it's really good. Really, really good. His footwork, before it even gets to, you know, the clinch or anywhere near it, is phenomenal. Keeping the distance, he is so good at it. He's so good at it. So I think that Yoel should just be on predator mode, man, and get ready to get it to the later rounds. Everybody's like, he can't do this, he can't last. Well, he's lasted in his let's see here, the Robert Whittaker fights, the Paulo Costa fight. He came on so strong in that Costa fight. So as far as experience goes, you know, I think that he's made adjustments to last longer in fights, to get that cardio from, you know, the oxygen in the muscles, which he has so much of. He's made adjustments. He's made huge adjustments, and they're working. With that being said, I'm not saying he'll win, but he can take a shot. We saw him take bombs from Costa and act like they didn't even affect him, sticking his tongue out at him, just toying with him, man. just toying with them, waiting until the end of the second and the third round to turn it on. And turning it on. When we all were just wondering, did he have anything left? The answer was yes. I thought he won that fight. I thought he won the Whitaker fight. Everybody wants to talk about, people getting robbed or whatever, bad judging, bad reffing. Man, I'm not saying that this is any of that. But if there's anybody that could have a gripe, it would be Yoel Romero. Because he has always gotten the short end of the stick. And Jacare Souza. Man, that dude right there. Oof, feel bad for him sometimes too. Always losing the close decisions. But, that is the way he can win. Just making it dirty, land it. Don't go into wrestling mode. I think that's how Izzy toys with people. Just stay in predator mode. And I think he'll be very successful. Israel, I think that Israel is going to try to get Yoel to get out of the lull. I think he's going to try to get him to expend his energy. I don't know if it'll work, because if he doesn't want to pull the trigger, we've seen Yoel do this time and time again. If he doesn't want to pull the trigger, he's not going to pull the trigger. He will sit there and get pounded on. We saw it with Costa. He'll roll with the shots, and then when he's ready, he lets it go. So I'm just sitting here and I'm playing over everything in my head. All of these different outcomes that I think that I see. I really think that Izzy is just going to just pick up the tempo. Just try to get this energy out of Yoel. We're going to see probably a lot of body shots from Israel. A lot of body shots. Costa worked that body. I just, every time that I begin to doubt Israel Adesanya, it just does not ever go the way I think it's going to go. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, if Costa's hitting them with sledgehammers to the body, and I do not see the effect, surely he has more power, right? Well, how is Izzy going to have an effect? And then I begin to think, well, it doesn't matter. It's two totally different people. We see it time and time again. He's made out of steel. He is the Cuban Superman, right? I've seen it. Luke Rockhold's shin is still not right from kicking this man. Still not right. We all know Robert Whitaker is not the same. Nobody talks about it. But we all know. And let's just go ahead and say, Chris Weidman was never the same after the flying knee. It doesn't matter what, he wasn't. He was not the same after the flying knee. His whole career changed. So I'm sitting here, what was my point in saying all of that? Some of those people won those fights. Some of those people lost those fights. But after all of those people fought Yoel, their lives were different. Their fighting careers were different. That's all I'm saying. Is Israel ready to accept that? Or does he think it's just another fight? That's all I'm saying. Moving forward, we have the strawweight queen, Zhang Weili, taking on the former strawweight queen, Joanna Champion. And this is like, alright, so you have Zhang coming in, and she is like a tank at 115, man. She is a tank. Everything she throws, it's just, she is like, she's almost like a female version of Yoel at 115. You know, a super small version. Not as ripped and all of that, but just so firm and just so powerful for a 115er. Everybody was like, Andrade. This girl, the power she carries. You watch her hit pads, you watch her in sparring, you watch her, you know, land combinations in a fight. The power that this young woman carries is just, it's there. You see it, it's evident. You just like, whoa! At 115 pounds. How can she carry that power at 115 pounds? And I'm just like, I'm trying to contemplate it, and it's just like, it's not working out in my head. But it's there. You see it. Now, Joanna's coming in, and she's coming in heavy now. I think that she's finally getting all the stuff in her head aligned. And these fighters, man, they have a hard time in the mental aspect sometimes. Especially when you're on top for so long like she was. I mean, she was on top forever. And then she you know, the fall from grace, we all saw it. So, what I'm saying is, Joanna is coming in with her mind right. What effect is that going to have on the fight? I think it's going to have a huge effect. The question is, can she avoid the power from Zhang Weili? Because that power put her to sleep. You know, she took the shots from Valentina. And to be able to do that, you're just... Yes, I believe Valentina probably hits harder. But the weight cut. They were at 25. This is going to be at 15. The hydration matters. Can she stick and move? We all know she can. But can she do it against Zhang Weili? She says she has the perfect game plan. We all, you know, I'm sure every fighter thinks that going in. I really believe that Zhang is going to be a long reigning champion. I love Joanna. She's one of my favorites. But I do not see anyone beating her. I don't see anyone beating Weili right now. No one at 115. I don't think anybody could take those shots. I just don't. The main reason for me picking Weili is I just don't see how Joanna's going to get inside. You know, I'm like, well, maybe if she starts down low, works her way to the body, and somehow manages just to eat a few and get in. But I don't think she can eat the few. I just don't think she can eat the few to get in. So I'm going with Weili. And that's the Wizards' pick on that one, guys. Moving forward, we have Beneil Dariush taking on Drakkar Klose. And this is a really good fight. This is a really good fight. I think that Dariush is getting back on track. I think he's going to be, after this one, I believe he's going to be in the top 10. Or top 15, excuse me. Top 15? Probably around 12 or so. 12 or 13. I just don't see Drakkar beating Dariush. You know, Dariush's ground game's too strong. Klose is a blue belt. Dariush is just a decorated black belt, and his grappling is way on a different hemisphere. And I don't see any way Jakar can keep this on the feet. So, with that being said, I'm going Dariush. Moving forward, Neil Magny versus Li Jingliang. This one right here is tricky. I've been going back and forth, back and forth. I think that Magny definitely has the grappling advantage. I think that Li Jingliang has the striking advantage. You know, Neil has that awkward style, that awkward stance. He's long, lanky. For some reason, I'm feeling Li Jingliang by knockout. I feel it. I feel like he's going to go in there and knock out Magny. Magny's just, he used to be so reliable. Like if there was a guy you could bet on, it was Magny, you know, just like, hey, who should I bet on this weekend? Dude, Magny's a lock. Go ahead and bet on Magny. You know, like, I just feel like Li Jingliang's going to find that chin and put him away. You know, maybe while Magny's on the way in looking for a takedown or an inside trip or something. So I'm going by Li Jingliang first round knockout. This right here, moving forward, this right here is probably going to be the best fight on the card. Both of these guys need to win. Alex Oliveira and Max Griffin, all right? Alex Oliveira and Max Griffin. Before we get into that, if you like the video so far, just give it a thumbs up, all right? It makes a difference. All right, Alex Oliveira versus Max Griffin. Both of these guys need a win. Both of them need a win real bad. I believe the loser of this fight will be getting their walking papers, which is sad because they're both great fighters, you know. And, you know, Alex Oliveira got blown up in Brazil, you know, by like a hand grenade a few months ago, like 10 months ago, 12 months ago, something like that. I mean, talk about just bad luck lately. So, we're coming into this, and both of these guys are exciting. Both of these guys have power. You know, Oliveira has that flashy style. Max Payne Griffin has that just grin and bear it, tough kickboxing style. He has good, strong hands. He probably has a little bit of the power advantage. A little bit of the power advantage, right? But Oliveira probably just has a more developed skill set. He's just been there and done that. A lot of people forget that Max Griffin beat Mike Perry. It's just because Griffin can put out Oliveira, but it's not like Oliveira has that, you know, like just a bad chin. This is one of those coin flip fights. It's one of those coin flip fights. You're just like, all right. So if you know, I could see Max landing an uppercut, hurting Oliveira, and finishing him with ground and pound. I really don't see him putting him out with one punch. But if Oliveira can get this fight to the ground, I think he will have a big advantage there. And so with that being said, I'm going to go with Oliveira. And I'll go with Oliveira by decision. I think this is going to be fight of the night. I really do. It's going to, because both of these guys have to win. It's one of those. The loser will get their walking papers. So I think Oliveira's going to pull out the decision. That's the Wizards' pick on that one. Now, guys, remember, if you like the video, remember to give it the thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to the channel for more MMA content. And we will have more coming to you by the end of the week. And I will see you guys soon.